And of course, one of the pressing issues that we're going to get into is internally displaced persons. The conversation usually doesn't continue after, but tonight we turn our focus to internally displaced persons who we know often face the dual challenge of displacement and dependence. Beyond humanitarian aid, there should be an urgent need to equip IDPs with requisite skills and one man-aside government who has stood at the forefront of exploring how empowerment initiatives can transform lives, restore hope, and build sustainable futures for displaced communities in Edo State is Solomon Folorunsho. I'll say, Pastor Solomon, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Pastor, we just spoke about how the conversation of IDPs usually don't continue after you hear that they're displaced, but we're just going to go straight into it. In your view, why is it important to focus on the livelihood skills and education of IDPs rather than only providing, of course, humanitarian relief?
First of all, IDPs are human beings like us. They didn't cause their problems. They were forced into the situation they found themselves. And having not prepared for what they meant, it is on us as government, as non-governmental organizations, to open our arms and pick them. And a lot of them at that instant have lost their dreams. All they just wanted was just to have a place to sleep, food to eat, and see if life has anything for them. And if you leave them at that stage, then criminality in the country will become worse. And then you will have lots of deaths, lots of crime, lots of anomalies. But when you create the environment and the atmosphere for them to thrive, like every other persons, then you see that they are just like you who have dreams, like you who wants to become something very good, and so that's what we are experiencing in our center right now.
I know, of course, we're talking about Edo State, but if you look at a whole, we saw the recent incident in Yelawata community,
Yes.
and we've had other incidents where a lot of bandits come in, they displace these people, and then all of a sudden, even rumors of some of these IDPs even aiding the bandits just because of maybe lack of engagement.
Yes.
But from your experience, what are the major challenges the IDPs face in becoming self-sufficient?
Yes, like some of those that later go back to join those who, I would call them their enemies.
Yeah, basically.
It's just because they were abandoned. A lot of them was because they were abandoned. So one of the major things they face is feeding, food, because they are not in their natural environment and they have no access to farming. They don't have the means, even if there is land, but no means to do it. So if some of them even commit suicide. Yes, a lot of them commit suicide. It's not reported. So yes, so food, and then housing, just a place to accommodate them, for a place where they can sleep and rest, and then those other amenities like toilets, bedrooms. And when you have given them these social amenities to keep them going, the next is education. They need to be educated, because if you just keep giving them food and you don't train them, how long will that take them? Yes. So in our center, we decided, okay, this is the first we have to do. Take them out of trauma, give them place to stay, give them food, and then give them good education. And we found out that they are even better than those who are not displaced.
Wow. But I was going to say, how about, have you ever found a situation where these people who maybe get displaced aren't necessarily interested in the help that is being offered, maybe taking it for granted, or telling you that, hey, I didn't want to learn, or I didn't have plans to pursue an education,
Such is very minimal in our center, because we give them all the love that they never even had before terrorists came. And some of them that were in that situation was because of what they went through. Like a widow who have over 7 sons and 3 daughters. The husband, the sons, and the daughters were all killed. And this woman wanted nothing but death. So whatever you throw at her, she's just not even seeing them. But it took a long time before she, could recover herself and start smiling again. That's another story for another day. So we hardly have such in our center, but very few, maybe one or two, they just feel their brain cannot take it. And then we normally encourage them, okay, if you can go to school, you can go learn the profession, you can go learn how to fix cars, how to fix computers, how to do...
Yeah, we're even getting to that because I'm going to ask what specific skills can an IDP or an internally displaced person can learn that would help them better reintegrate. But before we go on, isn't televising the help that these IDPs get, isn't that going to further maybe incentivize these terrorists thinking that, okay, they can displace them, China, it's government that's going to take care of them, or,
The terrorist knows. In fact, they don't think like us. They don't think like human beings. All they are after is go after their guests. Just get their guests, rape them, have them as wives, the one you want to choose. Then they kill the male child. Those ones should be killed and just waste lives. They don't think like you think. They don't reason like you. Their brain has been, washed and from every kind or form of humanity, so they don't reason like you. So they are not doing it in order for people to even go get something or government will intervene. Their own is get the women. Then any of the women you don't need, like even pregnant women, they get angry. They just tear up the stomach and get it. There are horrible
and I'm
things
sure you've heard so much horrible stories, Pastor, because of course you've dealt with these people.
Yes.
And even taking my own time out when I listen to the stories of IDPs, it's so traumatic. But again, let's go back to the skills. Now, what skills can we teach these people to better help them integrate into
the first thing
society?
you have to realize is that they are just like you. They are like every other person. So they are ready to pick up anything that is useful, like other persons in the society. Like I mentioned, fixing of cars, like mechanics, electrical engineering, learning how to do solar installation. Some of them are gradually getting into that. Learning how to, like agriculture. They already know how to farm in, the way in the local way. But now some of them want to know about how to do things like greenhouse and all that. So they just want to do anything that is good. Just anything that is good. So if you have what is good, come and offer it to them.
All right. So, Pastor Simon, there's this statistic that goes on that says a lot of these displaced people are women. Right, they say that that most of the times when these attacks happen, they usually go for the men and make sure they kill a large number of them. And most of these internally displaced people are women. So how does the initiative address the unique needs of women? Because of course we have pregnant women, we also have women who see their cycle or will need extra care, hygiene issues. So how exactly is this initiative, helping?
Well, we pay attention to all this, and we always ask the public for help. There are different groups who are there to address issues of sanitary pads and all that for guests. Yes, like you said, a lot of them are women. They come out pregnant. Some of them even escape pregnant, and there are others even in the course of trying to escape. The persons who try, they feel. I don't want to mention names. Get impregnated along the way. So women and children are most vulnerable when there is crisis. That is not only in Nigeria, it's just everywhere. So like I said, why there are more women, they like to take the women for themselves, and then sometimes they just release these women and children, they let them go, some escape by themselves. But the men, they don't like to see men at all. They like the kill men. But these women today, for as many that we have taken out of trauma, they are very creative and they need help to start their business, to learn a trade, to learn one thing or the other. And they are all gradually getting back into the society, picking the pieces. And
yeah. Now, Pastor Norman, you mentioned something real quickly and you didn't want to go into it, but let me ask. Now, we find that there are going to be a lot of women in these IDPs. Are there situations where even in shelter, these people are still taken advantage of? And I mean, yes, in that
Yes,
aspect.
yes, it happens in a lot of IDP.
How is it dealt with?
Well, I won't speak for others, but in our center we have strict rules. Yes, we have very strict rules. First thing we did is to make sure that there is a bit of distance between the male and the female, and everybody watch after everyone, and the health workers. You know, I mean, there's no way. We don't create that room, for you to do that. So the women take care of the women, accept things that are openly done that everybody can see. I remember one security agent, that was working in our center. Just one of them. They are all very nice persons. So I don't think he wanted to do something.
Okay.
But he was a shot maker one day and walked down to the ladies' side. Everyone started screaming. That was the last. It took the rest of his life.
Wow.
So they are well protected.
Okay.
We have we work with DSS, we work with the police, we work with civil defense, we work with different human rights groups, and that's why in all the IDPs in Nigeria, honestly, there's no one like our center. They are the most happy. In fact, everyone is wondering why are these people so happy, because the way we care for them, we don't give them a distance. We see them like family members. We take care of them like our own children. So we eat what they eat, and our rooms are open to everyone. You just attend to each person and make everybody feel that they are so unique. So if this is done in other centers, they will have the result we are getting.
I see.
Yes.
All right, let's go to success stories. Let's
Yes.
not dwell too much on negative.
Yes.
I heard that a couple of IDPs graduated law school.
Yes.
But you just let me know what are the success stories that you've managed to have.
Right now, as I'm talking to you, over 43 will be graduating in the next few days.
Wow!
Some are
Congratulations to
projects
them.
right now. Even I came with some. They are out there. A lot of them in 500 level or 400 level, and they are studying what we call core courses like engineering, law, medicine. Now, like the one you had a few weeks ago, we had Abuja. 5 of them were, sworn into bar by the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and they are among the best. And a few months ago, we also had 5 medical doctors. They said, let me tell you something. They wanted to study medicine for some reasons and nursing. They said in their community, before terrorists came, they don't have good hospitals, and women die at childbirth. In fact, they go far away to get treatment. And they told us that they don't have medical doctors in their tribe, they don't have lawyers, they don't have engineers. So these things are missing. So they deliberately choose these courses so that when they finish, they can go back and help to develop their people. And the lawyers are ready to defend their people. They want to ask questions. What happened to us? What happened to our persons? Now they have now seen the oppressions that they all went through. So they want to come out and
speak about
it. And I'm very happy about it.
I'm glad, and many success stories. A big congratulations for those who would be graduating. But also, do they need special attention when they reintegrate back into the school, or can they function like a regular student?
They need special attention, especially for the first few months. But because they know where they are coming from, they are always the best in their schools. Go to any schools where we have IDPs, ask for their result. They come out first, second, third, first, second, third. That's why we have first class graduates. In fact, in the university in Edo State University, one of them was the best graduating student of that year and got a scholarship given by this Boehm Institute to study at PhD level in US. Right now, as I'm talking, he's in Chicago studying, and in fact, he studied engineering course. And the second best graduating student was also an IDP. First best graduating student, second best graduating student, and they won all the awards. So, what will you say to that? Give everyone same opportunity, you get the same result.
All right, and moving on, we do hear a lot of this unrest happening in the northern parts of the state. If you check, the majority of those who have been displaced are usually from the north. So are these governments, the state governments of these affected states, are they in any way contributing to the upkeep and help of these?
My friend, I'm not satisfied.
Honestly.
In this country, to speak against government is something else. I'm not satisfied because if you go to Abuja, they're just everywhere. Go to the state capitals, villages, towns, they're just everywhere. If you would give me the IDPs in Nigeria, give me 6 months, I will make something unique out of it. And we hear the budget, the money that's been budgeted for IDPs, but we don't see it be translated to their welfare. I'm telling you, I'm not satisfied. Where does this money go? When food stuffs are being released, where does this thing go? Yeah, our experience the last 8 years, our center was just cut off. We wrote, we went to Abuja. I personally went there to meet the powers that be. But what happened? So if with our success stories that is always on air, everybody can read the newspaper, and you can still treat us like this. What about those who don't have voices? Nobody speaks for them. They don't even, television and the media doesn't get to reach them. What happens? So the government need to pay attention to this segment of the society so that this nation can get a breath of fresh air. But there are just too many. Sometimes the figures branded around, I don't think is correct.
It's even accurate.
No. There are just too many. There are so many people, from virtually almost every state in the north. And even in the south, people don't know that there are some communities that have been displaced. Yes, like in Edo State here, some years ago, from Keadolo, you get down, there was some communities there that were displaced. It's just a few months ago that some of them were able to go back. I don't know what government did, and those people left. So they are so audacious. They just do what they want to do, and government should intervene in this.
Okay, let's now ask, what exactly should the government do?
First of all, secure the nation. These people don't need pacification. Yes, a terrorist heart and mind is, for me, is no more like that of other human beings. The only language they understand is death. And that is the reason most of the people that they said they are forgiven, they are reintegrated as terrorists back to the society. If the truth must be told, go and see what is happening right now. They are the ones causing havoc everywhere. And did they really change? So government must fight this. If this was to be in US, you cannot be in America and this will be happening. You can't be in London, in Britain, and this will be happening. You be in one part of the country, everything is going well. In another part of the country, certain persons are coming from other countries to cause trouble. I remember one time there was one sporting event that was happening when somebody shot, in one state in US. That state was shut down till the person was killed. So that's the kind of thing government should do. Then number two, these victims should be paid attention to more than the terrorists. If somebody who is a terrorist says, okay, I don't want to be a terrorist, he can be given a lifeline, he can be given money, fed with cows and all that. And the victims are looking at those who terrorize them, eating meat, enjoying, giving money, being trained. How do you think they will feel? So government should pay more attention to the victims by providing everything they need to get back to life.
All right, so finally, what is your opinion on the call from different quarters for closure of IDP camps?
A lot of IDP camps have been closed. But where did the people go? They are just there by themselves. 99% of IDPs that were driven from IDP camps never went back to their community because most of their communities are not yet safe. If you hear what is happening in towns like Pulka, like Ngoshe, like Buza, now and then, here and there, terrorists are coming. They just walk back and kill. Sometimes I get videos of women who dare venture to go fetch firewood, they just cut their ears and put in their hands and say, go and show your people that we're still here.
What?
So the IDPs cannot go back to their communities until
Right.
government does something.
Yes, Pastor Solomon, we can go on and on about this, but I'd like to say thank you so much for availing yourself. This is an issue that we do hope to see solved, and at least the welfare of the people in IDP camps, get better. Thank you so much for availing yourself this evening.